In the air to right, and he did it again!
Welcome back to the Love These Two broadcast. And we got Clash Season Week 4 here ready to go. And the games have all been done. Okay, so we're going to do the Scarlet, as you guys can see from the thumbnail. This week's matchups, Dayron versus M Twins, a.k.a. Justin. Ejon La Leche, the European dudes out there getting it done. Charlie versus B Fork. Lefties 2 versus Colt. And just kind of give you an idea for the Violet, which will be coming tomorrow. Again, Gukai, MIA doesn't want to play. Who knows why, but it's another forfeit. So Brian's going to get the dub on that one, but we'll get into those games tomorrow. Let's get into the week 4 matchups. All right, so we got Dayron versus M Twins, aka Justin. And Dayron, this is from his perspective as he has the level 14 Fernandez. Dude, M Justin, level 12 Riley. I say M Justin, M Twins, Justin from Lefties 2. He's getting it done with level 12 Riley. So it's again, going out there, finding the right time to hit, the right time to pitch really does help at the end of the day. It is key. All right, so quick one out. That's good stuff right there. Alexander, level 13. Again, if you're a rookie out there, not a bad choice to go after Alexander. Solid contact, solid speed. Again, he's not going to bring you power, fielding, or throwing, but even his skill on the base pass is pretty deadly. So another one of those common players some of you rookies out there should be looking at, even veterans that are playing with the common players. And that's the cool thing about this class season is it gives everyone like an opportunity to play with a lot of different players. And as Alexander gets a single up the middle and the ice arm comes into effect, a lot of people are still complaining about Fernandez, man. Like he is much easier. And again, if you're an auto batter, yeah, it's going to be hard. It's difficult. But there it goes. But you're making some solid contact. Gets it. Nice job getting first to third right there. Good job, Durant, batting third in the lineup. Kevin, the main spot right there at 4. And again, for those of you guys just joining this kind of a broadcast here, it's a season. We had a draft, right? You'll see that in the description. We had a draft. No double players are allowed. So it does make it much more interesting. So you're not going to see every team rocking Kevin, right? M Twins, Justin is the only player to have Kevin in his lineup. And that makes this much more unique than anything else that, sometimes you're not going to play with your best lineup that you have. So it does make it a little more challenging, depending on where your drafting strategy comes in, which players do you want in your lineup. So that makes it a little bit more fun and intriguing for sure. And Dayron trying to get out of a jam here. 2 outs, 2 on. Where are we going with this one? Look at that 3-0 count. Look at nice job. Good eye by Justin here. Gotta say. And he walks him. And here comes that pesky Phoenix. Got a little bloop to beat me in that first week. Should never got to that point. You go watch that, but again, you would think with the contact and power here, it's Dayron has the advantage. Up 0-2 count. But again, for some reason, Phoenix is a clutch batter. And, when you have a good eye, that does help as well. So Dayron trying to figure out, look at that, moving that cursor around, trying to figure out the spot. And look at that, bases are loaded. Where is he going to go here? He doesn't know what to do. Moving back, inside, outside, and he just took the walk. Oh, my. He took the walk. Got to attack the weak hitters, man. Can't be afraid there. And he goes right after Carlos. Level 12 Carlos, still a lot of power, not a lot of contact, as you can see. Oh, man. Those bases loaded walks. You got to attack the weak hitters, gets them to pop up. Justin's eye was impeccable there. All right, still stacking at level 12 Riley. You can see his record 15 and 20. Not great, um, in regular play, unless he's, just doing whatever. But Dayron swinging at a strike, but look where the bat was at. That's an interesting spot. Swinging at strikes, can't get there, using manual. So he must have been right under it, but I don't know, man. All right. Wow. Okay. Nice location there. And again, with the people that are playing, Dayron, he's playing the best competition in his regular play. King hitting bad balls. That's why he's there. Can't get mad at that. Power, contact. Um, level 14s too. But sometimes you play a level 12 pitcher, it really messes up your timing after playing level 14s and even 13s. So that sometimes does have the advantage, especially on the placement of the balls. Not as big of a break, not as much movement at the lower levels. And another strike hits, and he gets him out. 2 outs. The upset of the season so far is potentially coming. 2 strikes swung at, and just dead balls, man. I don't know. Kind of sketchy here. And that's another strike hit. And that's the old ball game. Justin with a big upset. Amazing. Man, let's go to the game 2. Okay, here we go. Next game is Colts versus me. Here in Again, we're looking at Colts perspective. We do have mine. I was gonna do a dual perspective in the game. It just doesn't really fit on phones very well. So trying to make sure people could have a pretty good view of the actual game. But Cole's perspective is good. Good learning for me and for anybody else who plays him. But let's see. One thing about Jay is I do see Jay pretty well based off of how I angle my phone. And I hit a strike there. Okay. So one thing Jay, though, he does have these different, obviously the submarine delivery, really slow but solid spin matched with Jessica. So the control is even better, in my opinion. Swinging at a ball, hits it down the line. So, okay. Get a little lucky there sometimes. And look at that stats 635 with hammer and hammer. The hammer man. All right. So, let's see what his plan is with hammer. Again, this is where you have a lot of spin with Jay. So, you got to, I don't know. I would attack hammer a little early. Try to sneak at least a strike in there. But, if you know your opponent has tendencies of swinging at first pitches like me, you might not want to throw a strike. Probably not. All right, but he's just straight up walks him. Jackson last week had a terrible double play, and there he goes. Tacks the strike right off the bat there. 0-1 count. Goes right back to it. So back-to-back pitches. Hammer safe at second. Man, level 14 Hammer saved me there. If it was 13, probably a double play. That backdoor play does not typically work out for me very well, but saves me here. And Jackson an embarrassment of hitting in back-to-back double plays in back-to-back games. So good save there. As Koo goes 1-1, trying to get it done here. What is Koo gonna do? Swinging at a strike, hits it up the middle. 1 run is scoring, and he's going to go home. And Colts got to know, man. Got to know. Got the extra 90 feet on that one. The Andy man can. And again, Andy, solid power at 13. He hits it in the gap. Yapper, it's going to score 2. Again, Michael, the bad arm, and Andre at short. I think that's Andre. No, it's not Andre. Mickey, maybe. Should have taken 2 with the extra 30 speed, but don't get it done there. And, one thing about Jay is he does cut down the base paths, but if you start timing, foreshadowing, start timing the pitcher's delivery, You can get that hit and run. That was a fat pitch too, right? Yeah, there's a lot of plate right there. So good situation for me, and that's it, and that opportunity, taking advantage, swinging it right on the nose, and Smith not known for his defense, big error. 3 runs are easy to come back from. 4 makes it a little bit tough. That is unfortunate. And then swinging at a ball and back-to-back pitches, back-to-back errors. What is going on, Baseball Clash? Not even fun. Hit the strike. Hit and run was on again as you moving Smith over and gets the run across the board. 5-0. Errors are just god-awful here. And swinging at a ball. Ty with the dive and can't beat it out there. So 5 runs across, 2 big errors. Even with the errors, it's 3-0, but still 3-0 psychologically is more manageable. Smith letting the strike 1 go by. Colt going for a comeback here. Has the ability, good hitter. That's a 50-50. It's close, but look like that's probably a ball. Weird how they have this, cross the base path. If it hits any part of the black, it should be a strike, but Baseball Clash doesn't know that apparently. Laying off that one, Kaya summons the speed. The butterfly gods of speed. That's a strike there too. Taking a screenshot a little bit late, but nothing, man. Nothing on that one. Level 14, Michael, row your boat ashore. Nice little shot up the middle. Bloops in right in front of Annie. 1 on. The rally's coming on. Tom, level 12, Tom. Going for a Tom bomb. Yeah, lays off ball 1. And swings at it a little late. That's the old ball game. Ben wins it 5-0. Tough game, Baseball Clash. Okay, Charlie B. Beefborg is here. And Beefborg here has his Michelle up to level 13. Charlie Shitaro at level 14. So, interesting perspective we got. And Beefborg, again, has been the underdog this whole entire race. So he's trying to find a way. Gotta find a way. Snapping strikes again, Michelle. Nice, solid control. Just gotta try to get some outs here. And Charlie, good discipline at the plate so far, letting the pitches come, not like Clash League where the pitch count is on. All right, 2-2 count, snapping the strikes in there. All right, let's see what happens. That power's growing though. 222 with the balls. And gets him to swing at a ball. Nice job. Solid execution with that curve. All right. Level 13 Fox. 250 batting average. Not a lot going on here. And happening that strike again. Nice job. All right, here we go. Popping him up again. That's what you got to do. Rodriguez sitting there at third base. All right, Angelina not helping her team out so far. Batting third for Charlie. Michelle, nice, easy, does it. Nice location on the slider. Got to test him out. He's been swinging out of the zone the last couple outs here. And going back in, 3 up, 3 down. Beefborg, solid execution against Charlie. Gotta like that. Now he has just 1 simple run to get, and he wins it. All right. Gina, level 12. This is where that underdog story comes to play. Underdog story, the great comeback. Strike 1. Attacking. No, your level 14 pitcher. He got spin, control, and velocity. Level 12 batter, just go attack the strike zone. And wow, see, a little late on a splitter on it. But attacking the strike zone, you got to do that. That's what you got to do. Get that velocity moving up, right? As he does. All right. You had to pitches the waist here. That's a good idea. But good eye from Beefborg using manual. See if he can. Tough one there. They got to swing at that. That's definitely looks like a majority in the strike zone. So good pitch, good location. Level 12, Ruth. Again, he has to run into a home run here, man. I don't know about going extra innings. Uh, Pops him up. Where are you going to go with that one? Two quick outs. And Charlie is looking to go extra innings on this. Right? Charlie was had the first overall pick Shitaro, and he is on it. Swinging at strikes, just can't get it done. So we're going to the 10th inning. And, this is where the advantage comes into play for Charlie. Two runners on. He has Fox. He has Wheels on the base path. Angelina 209 speed. Cat mouse game is about to be on here. Got to take off here, right? And he up the middle chopper. One. What? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. You got to take off. All right. Let's get a huge jam here. Bases are juiced. No outs. And, just like Justin did against Dayron, just let the strikes come. Helping him out. Not a good idea. But Gibson, man. Gibson is tough. Strike falls in. 2-2 count. Got to get a double play here. That'd be great. Pop up in the infield. Be great. Swing it. Go home. Go one. Oh, my. Good execution there. Getting him to chase. You hear the boo birds. Or the ooh birds. Either way. Tyler. Level 12 Tyler. Outside corner. Couldn't get the call there. Swinging a nice slider inside. Look big. Is up there. Eye level. Coming back in. Again, has Nia help him with that extra spin at the plate, too. That's definitely been a factor. 223, 2-2 count. Got a base open, so don't be afraid to kind of nibble around. He's showing you he doesn't have plate discipline again. Swinging at balls, man. Beef Borging it up. Russell in a good spot here. Got to root that second. So even a good dribbler trying to end it, man. If he can have a good strategy, this is where if you can get the runners going, execute a bunt. Okay. Can he get him at third? No, go home. Go home. Nah, what are you? You have to execute it. You have to execute it, man. Right there. That was it. I mean, the timing play. Go, 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 go. Here it goes. Ruth is on fire. He does it. He gets it. Beat Borg with the upset. All right, last game 4 here in the Scarlet Conference, week 4, La Leche versus Ejun, rocking the All-Stars. Again, Ejun back-to-back perfect games with Luna, trying to make it a three-peat here. The guy is 2-1 on the season, trying to go 3-1 here. We will see. And again, La Leche doesn't have the greatest roster, but again, solid player nonetheless. Got a victory over me. Not saying much. I'm not that great, apparently. Um, ask Colt that. But again, baseball clash happens. 3-0 count. Good eye so far. Being patient at the plate from Leche. You got to do what you got to do here. Swinging out a strike. A little late on it. But again, level 12, bat speed a little bit less. High contact, but just a little bit less in the bat speed. And it gets him right through. That splitter is nasty. It's a nasty splitter. A splitter. It comes at you real quick. Swinging out a strike again, just dead. That's tough. I don't know what happens going on this week, man. Baseball clash nerfing a lot of these strikes hits. It is tough, tough, tough. All right, Luna. Again, has high spin, even at 14, 202 spin, it gets a level 12 batter. That is kind of unfair sometimes. And gets it down the line. There goes the perfect inning streak. Done. Ibrahimovic trying to Trying to get it going. See if he can get it going here. What's he gonna do? Inside. And trying to go back in the same spot. Couldn't get the edge. Couldn't bite the strike zone. Good eye by La Leche. And going up top corner. And nice pinpoint location. That 225 location control. Strike three. Easy does it. All right, 2 outs here. Matthews got to come up big here. Strike one. All right, Echin, man, I'm telling you, the guy with Luna is just eating people up. It's getting it done. 3 outs. One hit given up. Now Eric has to go out there and get it done, get the spots, execute the pitches. Late on a ball, but able to get it in. Baseball clash. Helping out the big guy. Level 14. Late on a pitch in a ball. Goes into the strike zone. Up the middle it goes. 2 on. Nobody out. And Mark, full power. Speed 222. Coming up. And it's gone. That was 3 pitches, 3 hits, maybe 4. I don't even know, man. That's quick work. Good job, Ejun. 3-1 on the season. Nice job. Okay, so that is the Scarlet results there. Week 4 done. Again, M Twins with an upset, right? Ejun keeps his dominating performance going. Beefboard got the Ruth flip for his first victory. All right, as we check out the standings as of week 3 is complete. Week 4 should be up there, but was fine. All right, so Beatborg, his first win, big time. Charlie gets his third loss. So Beatborg kind of moves up against the head-to-head right there. M Twins, second win. Again, Benjamin, second win. So those guys are 2-2 with M Twins, aka Justin, being ahead of Benjamin. Leche 2-2, also ahead of Benjamin. And then Dayron 2-2. That's so a lot of 2-2s. 3-1 would be Colt and Ejun. So great job there so far. But right now, Beefborg and Charlie both sitting there at 7-8 at 1-3. They're gonna have to find a way to get some victories in order to get out of the bottom 2 spots. Because again, it's a battle. It is a battle. So again, as you guys know, week 4 tomorrow should be the 3 games in Violet with that one forfeit right there. And just in case, again, if you guys are just watching this for the first time, right? $500 on the line. First place, 250. Second place, 150. Third place, $100. So that's it, guys. If you want to join in the next season, stay tuned for it. All right. See you guys next time on a Lefties 2 broadcast.